Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and hits 103.9 FM in Accra, in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM, and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Jubilee Radio and Sun City Radio in Keta, Saboba, FM Saboba, A1 Radio Bolgatanga, Get Radio, TV and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Office of the Special Prosecutor concludes investigations into corruption allegations leveled against former presidential staffer Charles Bisu and 3 others as it publishes its half-year report. We have details. Also, Ghana Bar Association backs calls for High Court Judge and Paramount Chief of Doma to be hauled before the Judicial Council for disciplinary action.
A sitting High Court judge to stand on a public platform and make utterance of that nature. And if I were sitting in that disciplinary committee, I would have asked him to resign or to be sacked.
Coming up in business.
Investors enroll banks unhappy with Bank of Ghana directive to withhold dividend payment due to domestic debt exchange program as some look elsewhere. Details on the Joy Business Report.
And later, national science and math quiz enthusiasts and social media users grieve the loss of 2021 Catasco finalist James Luttrot.
James Luttrot, you are welcome, Luttrot. Settle in, we'll begin soon.
And then how to make my family better, and also how to really help others.
I am Amesi Nyamiche Thompson. Details shortly. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has concluded investigations into allegations on the use of public office for profit against former presidential staffer Charles Bisu during his tenure as secretary to the ESWAL Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, arising from an investigative documentary by Anas Arimiao Anas. The office is also pursuing 4 cases before the court. This is contained in a half-year report released by the office. My colleague Elton Brobe joins me in studio with more on this. Elton, what are the concluded cases?
So there's Charles Adubuahin. The office has concluded investigation into referral by the President of the Republic in respect of suspected corruption and corruption-related offences regarding Mr. Charles Adubuahin, a former Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance. The corruption allegations are contained in an investigative documentary titled Galamsey Economy, published by Tiger IPI and investigative journalist Anas Arimiao Anas. There's also allegation of attempt to bribe members of parliament by a wealthy businessman. According to the office, they have concluded investigation. They will issue further directive and further action on the matter in due course. There's also the Gaming Commission and, of course, Mr. Charles Bisu, who recently attended to the invitation by the Special Prosecutor.
Right. And the office also reports 4 cases before the court.
There is a Republic versus Sumaila. This is the Chief Executive, former Deputy Chief Executive in charge of operations, former Deputy Chief Executive in charge of finance and administration with the Northern Development Authority. They are alleged to have misappropriated some public funds. There's also the Republic versus Issa Seidu. An official of the National Insurance Commission is pending before the court. And there is a former Chief Executive Officer of the Public Procurement Authority.
What more is the office pursuing?
They have ongoing investigations, the Electricity Company of Ghana, in respect of suspected corruption and corruption-related offense regarding the termination of a distribution loss reduction and associated network improvement project. There's also the work of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. You know, the OSP says that it is probing into 150 cases before it.
All right. Thank you so much, Elton. Now, the Ghana Bar Association has backed calls for High Court Judge and the Paramount Chief of Doma, Osajifo Osiadeyo Ajimanbedu II, to be hauled before the Judicial Council for disciplinary action. The Domahene had asked that the criminal trial of Asin North MP-elect James Jachikwesin be terminated. Member of the General Legal Council, Samuel Okujeto, says the Domahene must face sanctions for breaching the Code of Ethics of Judges.
To me, it is wrong. It is repugnant. It is what? It's senseless for a sitting High Court judge to stand on a public platform and make utterance of that nature. This is my view. And if I were sitting in that disciplinary committee of the Judicial Council, I would have asked him to resign or ask him to be sacked as a judge. That's what I would have done. And you can let him be. If he hears this statement, I'm the one saying it. I'm Samuel Kudjeto, and I stand by it.
Well, the Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Bar Association, Xavier Kuje, says the parties in the criminal trial must file a petition with the Judicial Council.
Let us not create certain precedents. It will not help us. And to make such a suggestion, I think that is worrying.
But then what happens now? Lawyer Samuel Kudjeto has suggested the Judicial Council should take this up, but somebody needs to file a petition. Will you?
I wouldn't bail the cat.
Who should?
I wouldn't bail the cat because there are interested parties in this case. So they can do that. There are parties interested in this case. Even though every crime is against the Republic, but there are people who have interest in this matter. They can take it up.
Meanwhile, NDC MP and Member of Parliament's Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, Roxanne Nelson Dafiamakbo, has challenged the view that the Domahine's comments violates the Code of Conduct of Judges.
Didn't the Attorney General went to a court of law to make very prejudicial comments? Didn't the President of this Republic stand on a political platform and mention that Kwesi will go to jail? So if the Domahine in all this says that if all these prejudicial comments preceded the election and the election has been held, and he thinks that because he succeeded, the Attorney General should exercise his mandate under Article 88 and enter another prosecutor. What is so immoral about this matter?
Well, later this morning, Asin North MP-elect James Jachikwason will be sworn in. The procedure was expected to be done last week after the election that saw the NDC win convincingly with 57.56% of the votes as against the 42.15% of his opponent, Charles Opoku. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kweku Asante has more.
Parliament expected that the swearing-in would have taken place on Thursday last week, a little over 48 hours after Jachikwason had been elected by the Asen North constituents. But the delay in the transmittal of the official results and instrument of election by the Electoral Commission meant the swearing-in would delay for another 24 hours. On Friday, the swearing-in appeared on the other paper, but due to some commitments of the Speaker, the much-anticipated event was yet again postponed. Finally today, Jachikwason is expected to take his seat in the parliamentary chamber despite his legal troubles. The same day, he is expected to reappear in court for his criminal trial to continue. After he is sworn in, the numbers in the House will be back to the status quo. The NDC and MPP will both have 137 apiece, with only the independent MP from Fomena, who has decided to caucus with the NPP, giving the governing party the advantage. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante.
Well, moving on, President Akufo-Addo has commissioned Phase 3 of the 5-district water supply project in Adakluwaya in the Adaklu district of the Volta region. The third phase of the project was funded by a concessionary facility from the Raiffeisen Bank International AG of Austria at 11.5 million euros. It saw the construction of reservoirs, transmissions, distribution lines and fetching points in 95 beneficiary communities in the Adaklu Central Tong and Agotemed Ziope districts. Here's President Akufo-Addo.
The focus of government is to ensure that all regions across the country are provided with adequate, safe, affordable and reliable water services. We're also committed to ensuring that we practice safe sanitation and hygiene by the year 2030, in line with the attainment of the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
Meanwhile, 2 out of the 3 treatment plants at the Wager Headwork to be shut down temporarily by the Ghana Water Company Limited today for maintenance and repair works. Management of the company is therefore asking customers in and around Kaswa to store enough water ahead of this important exercise. The areas to be affected include Kaswa, Wager Township, Wager SCC, Nyanyano, Tuba, Tetegu, McCarthy Hill, Botiano and surrounding areas. The public is being notified that the maintenance works will be completed in 16 hours and management assures its cherished consumers that water supply will resume as soon as the work is completed. Now to the National Science and Math Quiz. Enthusiasts and social media users are grieving the loss of a member of the 2021 Ketasco finalist, James Lusot. His name was trending number 1 on Twitter Monday evening after news broke about the sudden demise of the young man who powered the Volta region-based school to the finals of the quiz for the first time. It was the time a school from the region made it to the finals. Max Olagbagba has more on this report.
Francisca, it's been a pleasure having you. All the best. James Lutrot.
It is the finals of the 2021 National Science and Maths Quiz at the Great Hall of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Quiz mistress Professor Elsie Ifa Kaufman announces a substitution. Now deceased James Lutrot comes on to replace Francisca Lamini.
James Lutrot. Lutrot. You are welcome, Lutrot. Settle in. We'll begin soon.
He did not disappoint.
Alkanoic acid. Only 3 hydrogen atoms are lost from the molecule. Lutrot.
False.
You're right.
In an old video on Twitter, James is heard saying he wants to make an impact in the world and make life better for his family. But death had other plans.
The dreams I have, like what I want to become in the future, and then how to make my family better, and also how to do and help others. Yeah, that's right. That's the basic reason.
And that was Maxwell Akbagba's report. May his soul rest in peace. That's all for the bulletin. In our top story, Office of the Special Prosecutor concludes investigations into corruption allegations leveled against former presidential staffer Charles Bisu and 3 others in its half-year report. I'm Amesi Nyamche Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
Papa, see that? And it's Rickety car. Hey, Papa! Papa! Ah, Bobo, so how your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panza. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Hey, Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Okay. If I leave work now, I can beat traffic, get takeaways for dinner with the girls, and be on time to pick up Sam and his mom from the hospital. Proud to belong to APSA.
We know that life is go, and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count. That's why with APSA's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who is important to you. Get things done simply with our digital channels. That's Africanacity, that's APSA.
Life's battle during retirement are not won by the strongest. Sooner or later, those who win are those who prepare for it. Ensuring your future is your responsibility to your family and loved ones. Progress Trustees, a company that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. The Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme helps you achieve peace of mind during retirement. We also provide administration services for employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes seeking to outsource their day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier provident fund schemes. Start your journey to visit Quality Life during retirement by contacting us on 0504-368-048 on our website www.progresstrusteesgh.com. Progress Trustees, a joyous retirement begins here.
Habitat Fair is here again. The 2023 edition of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair starts with the first clinic as follows. Date, Friday 7th to Sunday 9th July 2023 from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Venue at Chimota Mall. Time, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. This year's exhibition is under the theme Home Ownership, Affordability, Comfort, or Luxury. Visit the clinic and engage the providers in the housing value chain on all your housing needs, be it financing, land acquisition, rent to own, outright purchase, roofing, lighting, electronic appliances, home security, or furnishing. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is your one-stop shop for everything housing. For exhibition, please call 0540 110-389 or 0244-260-653. There will be daily giveaways from sponsors to visitors at the fair. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2023 is powered by the Plant City Extension Project from Cities and Habitats and sponsored by Virtual Security Africa, Complete Security Solution, DBS Roofing, your roof experts, Elegant Homes and Constructions Limited, where quality meets value, Syntex Tanks, Air Strong, Air Tough. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, affordability, comfort, or luxury.
Charlie, that be the sound you hear when things make hot. I'm sure this is not battery, just cash flow. Laja no D. It is safe to say we are all facing challenging times. We are all wondering how we are going to lighten our financial burdens. Nowhere cool, but don't worry. With little help from your trusted bank, Societe Generale Ghana, be fine. Societe Generale Ghana is making all its customers happy with the Yatiso Loans promo. In fact, SG Ghana customers and even non-customers who are on the controller and accountant general payroll can enjoy access to our amazing discounted loans. Don't waste time. Get your loan today. Step into a branch or call 0302-214-314 to get the ball rolling. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, promotion ends on 7th August 2023. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Don't you worry. Just be happy. Don't you worry.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. Akbafu.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Interesting you're talking about home ownership.
Home ownership, yes.
At a point where I'm getting ready to pay my rent, so... Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you are part of the
4 million
yes,
households.
4 million households that are being rented. Or if we come to the urban area, you're part of the 2.3 million who are renting.
Charlie.
Yes, 2.3 million houses have been rented out. So in the urban areas, you have 5 million houses. And owner occupied 1,900,000, renting 2.3 million, rent free 726,000. The question is, I'm sure you would want to be a home owner.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
but where do you start from?
Where do you start from?
Are you thinking about affordability? Just put up something that where you, like I would say, where you can lay your head, or you're thinking about comfort, or maybe luxury. You say, I just want to build
luxury sounds cool.
Luxury sounds cool, right? Where do you start from? I mean, do you have what it takes to build a luxurious home?
Or can you build a luxurious home cheaper? What are the options?
What are the options? That's another part of the discussion. We're having this discussion this morning because I know there are a lot of you, who are interested in this conversation. There are a lot of you who want to, actually become home owners. Or do you even buy? Or do you build? Okay, I mean, do you have to build to specification?
Well, there are some who like to specify. They know what they want.
Some time ago, I mean, I like it that way. You actually look at it and say, Charlie, I mean, I like my terrace like that. I like my study here. I put it here, everything.
And there are some who really, frankly, do not have the time to think about, what goes into building. They just want it already made and then they buy.
You're probably thinking, oh, do I? So that's a conversation we're having this morning here on the Super Morning Show. And as always, we're doing this with you. So we want you to join us. Okay, let's have this conversation together. Join us on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS. And then you can also join us, on WhatsApp, 055-1111-997.
Oh, that's cool. Wesley just showed me.
Is that your house? Somebody's house.
Oh, that's your dream house.
No, somebody's house.
Are you sure? You have it on your phone. I'm sure
somebody sent it to me when we started the conversation.
Oh, right.
Sent it to me.
It's beautiful.
A very beautiful house.
That's beautiful.
You could actually...
I mean, it's like heaven on its own.
Somebody stole the design when I showed it to him.
That's the conversation we're going to be having here on the Super Morning Show. And Daryl has actually asked that question, where do you start? Do you buy? I mean, do you build it on your own? Do you probably start small? I know somebody who says, well, I started building my house and finished after 7 years. Some say after 10 years. But how do you go about it? So today's conversation is about home ownership. Okay? It's about home ownership. And we ask that simple question. Are you going to go for affordability, comfort, or luxury? Make your choice. Share it with us here on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS if you're part of the 2.3 million people whose rent may be due and thinking about how to pay. Let's have this conversation together. Time now for the Joy Business Report with Daryl Kwao and the team.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, investors enroll banks unhappy with Bank of Ghana directive to withhold dividend payment due to domestic debt exchange program as some look elsewhere. Also, Ghana Stock Exchange records 14.9% return for investors in city term in the first half of the year, but registers negative 10% return in dollar term in the first half of the year. Also, Government and Electricity Company of Ghana advised to be transparent in their dealings with the independent power producers to help reduce the energy sector debt. Details coming up. Thanks for being with us. My name is Daryl Kwao. First up, shareholders of rural banks have expressed dissatisfaction with a directive by the Bank of Ghana to halt payment of dividends. The Bank of Ghana's directive is due to the current economic challenges and the impact of the domestic debt exchange program. Executive Director at the Association of Rural Banks, Comfort also reveals shareholders are reluctant to invest more due to the present order.
Any bank that has to pay dividends will have to write for approval from Bank of Ghana, which they have in that stream. So you could see the shareholders are really not very happy because they were expecting that as long as the bank has been able to make some kind of profit, they should be able to get their dividends. But it's not so. So it's not easy today for us. We are trying to calm them down for the fact that when things are good, they will have their dividends.
You heard the Comfort Owusu, who is Executive Director of the Association of Rural Banks. The Ghana Stock Exchange recorded a 14.9% return in city term for investors in the first half of this year, but it registered negative 10% return for investors in dollar term. Here's more in this Business Desk report.
After a challenging economic time in 2022, resulting in a debt restructuring, the Ghana Stock Exchange is bouncing back to its previous height. This follows improved market sentiments due to the International Monetary Fund support program. In TD term, the Accra Bourse was the fourth best performing stock market in Africa out of 15 stock markets in the first half of this year. However, in dollar term, it's placed 11th. Its market capitalization also shot up to 69.59 billion cedis as of 30th June 2023. So far, the non-banking stocks have been leading the gains on the equity markets. The financial stock index, however, lost 17% in value in the first 6 months of this year. This was primarily due to the domestic debt exchange program, which has impacted their balance sheets. 8 of the financial stocks have consequently lost market value. Meanwhile, the best performing stock in the first 6 months of this year was Benso Oil Palm Plantation. It was followed by Total Energies and MTN Ghana.
We can now hear next from Head of Trading at Republic Securities, Patrick Edemagama, who is urging the public to invest in stocks that would pay dividends promptly going into the second half of the year.
I think we should look closely at stocks that pay dividends. It's good to know that most Ghanaian investors focus on dividend payments. To look at stocks that will pay dividends, we see some stocks like MTN that have in the past paid dividend twice in a year, so they can be able to pay interim dividends this year and pay the final the next year. So you can look towards dividend stocks, and that should be it. But in all, you should speak to your broker about your investment objectives.
Head of Trading at Republic Securities, Patrick Edem Agama, away from the stock market, ranking member of Mines and Energy Committee in Parliament, John Jinapor, is asking government and the Electricity Company of Ghana to be transparent in their dealings with independent power producers. This comes after the independent power producers announced the suspension of a planned shutdown on the 1st of July. According to him, the ECG should be proactive and focus on paying debt within the value chain. He was speaking on PM Express on Joy News.
Transparency, that's all. Mr. Dubik and his team, ECG, their main focus should be that power bought and sold, they are able to pay for you. That is it. The rest, leave it for policymakers. Okay. If the policymaker says, don't charge for reserve margin, that shouldn't be your headache. Your headache as ECG MP is that I bought X amount of power, I sold Y amount of power. Try and pay those in the value chain. If there's anything in terms of reserve margin or whatever, we, the policymakers, would have to deal with that. And that's what Dr. Stimajo talked about.
John Jinapor is ranking member on the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament. We have some news on the city for you this morning. The local currency is expected to continue its stability against the US dollar and other major currencies this week. This is expected to be supported by improved foreign exchange support from the Bank of Ghana. Here's more in this report.
The cedi recorded some gains last week across the major trading currencies in the retail market. The central bank provided about $25 million to bolster liquidity in the FX market. Consequently, the cedi appreciated 0.64% last week against the dollar. It also gained in value against the euro and the pound. It has benefited immensely from the International Monetary Fund program, boosting investor confidence. The local currency ended the first half of this year with a better performance than the same period last year. According to Bloomberg, the cedi lost about 11.21% to the US dollar, yet was still classified among African currencies with worst spot returns.
Let's check the currency market for you this morning. The dollar going for 11 cedis 68 pesos on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 90 pesos, and the euro selling at 12 cedis 53 pesos. Now, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuaine is doubtful Africa can get its own credit rating agency. According to him, African countries have not been able to manage their respective economies satisfactorily despite the abundant resources endowed with. Therefore, a call for an African rating agency is unwarranted. His comment follows assertions by some African governments that credit rating agencies have shown bias against them, thus affecting their ability to borrow on the international capital market. He tells Joy Business that is not the case.
Those who are arguing that, I don't think Africans can even set their own benchmark for credit rating. Where are they going to get their money from? It is impossible because the way we have run our economy, we have all the resources. Go to Congo DR, go to Angola. We the biggest oil producer now passing Nigeria. But have we been able to develop our own capacity to say that Africans are capable of ruling themselves or funding themselves? I doubt very much.
You heard banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuaine. Now, disparity in compensation by employers is badly affecting productivity in many sectors of the economy. This is a session by the Chief Executive of the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management, Ebenezer Agbeto. According to him, the situation needs to be addressed as many employees fail to deliver due to the lack of transparency in payments and the inability of employers to pay according to industry structure. The CEO was speaking at the launch of an HR Outlook and Benchmark survey to be conducted with KPMG and other partners across the country.
For sure, where employees are not properly motivated in terms of salaries or other benefits, naturally they will feel badly done. Hence, giving out their best becomes a challenge. So therefore, if authentic information on salaries or benefits are made available industry per industry, and I'm really emphasizing on this because every industry varies from the other, and what they can afford also varies from one place to the other. So when this information are made available, then it will have to be compelled to look at it and see to it that at least you must be seen to be paying the bare minimum, whereby employees will know that for nothing at all, our employer is paying us the bare minimum. And if we do better, then there's a high chance that we'll even get higher increases in benefits and salaries.
Chief Executive of the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management, Ebenezer Agbeto. Now, today on Investor Eye, always pay attention to suspicious investment links purporting to have come from a regulator in the financial sector. You can always verify email addresses sent to you for investment purposes from the Bank of Ghana or the Securities and Exchange Commission before you take an action. Joseph Kokwe is lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crime Bureau, and he gives some advice.
Look at the sender of the mail. Look at the body of the email, right? And the sender, if it's emails, you look at the sender, not just the name, but the email address. Because someone will say that they are sending you a message from Bank of Ghana or your Ghana Commercial Bank. But if you look at the email address, it says george.frank@bankofghanaabcc.net. So it's a different domain altogether. Right? But if you pay attention, you don't look at the full name. You think you saw the first Bank of Ghana, so you say, okay, is this person from Bank of Ghana? So paying attention to the sender is also looking at the full email address or the full phone number of that sender. Right? If it's on the mobile devices like the WhatsApp groups and co.
And that's the Investor Eye episode for today. Do make a date on Thursday. As we wrap up the commodity market update, no price change with crude oil selling this morning at $75 a barrel. Gold went up by more than $2 to open trading at $1,923 an ounce. Cocoa, however, selling at $3,399 a ton after going up by $46. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for listening. It's back to Winston with more of the Super Morning Show. Winston.
Yeah, thank you very much, Darrell. And I see a lot of people sending me messages that I should pass it on to you. That you will get mortgage, to be your own homeowner.
Okay.
I don't know if you... Can I actually give you, the names?
I see.
The banks that are sending messages. To say that, tell Darrell that... so I'll share the banks with you.
Okay, do. I'll consider my options.
Yeah, please do.
I feel very important right now.
You're very important. Not that you feel very important. You are indeed very, very important. So the banks are sending messages. Tell Darrell. Tell Darrell. Tell Darrell. Sabu is shaking his head.
Shaking. Well, he paid his rent last month. It was not an easy month, I can tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The consultants. Anyway, thank you very much, Darrell. So this morning we're having a conversation about home ownership. I asked a very simple question. Within the urban areas of Ghana, you have about some 5 million households or 5 million dwellings. Now, out of these, some 2.3 million persons are renting. Are you one of those? How do you intend to build your own house? In Ghana, you start working, Darrell, and then the first thing they tell you is that once you start working, you get a car. The next thing, you get your house. And then you're moving on. It looks like these days a lot of people are getting into their 40s without houses.
Oh, Charlie.
So yes, it's a conversation for all of us.
Very important.
Let's get interactive here on the Super Morning Show. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
It's everybody's dream to own a house.
Yeah, it's one of the things you want to do for even your. Sometimes you just want to own a house so that when you're on retirement, you have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they went on retirement, I mean, part of the reason we actually changed, so that people could even use their tier 2 or so to, or tier 3 to get loans, was the fact that when people go on retirement, they go home, they try to complete their homes, and they die.
Charlie.
Yeah, so they get their money instead of using the money to take care of themselves or being something.
Exactly.
They try building a house, and that's at the beginning of their problem. So let's get into that conversation today here on the Super Morning Show. Time now for our inspirational song for today, brought to us by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC pipes and water tank. Where Duraplast goes, water flows. And it's Kofi Kinata with Have Mercy. international song for today here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by Joy Plus. We're getting into the news review shortly. Let me say good morning to Elton John Brobby. Good morning, Elton.
Good morning, Winston.
I hope you're doing well and had a good night's sleep.
I'm fantastic.
I like that. I like that feeling that you're fantastic. Let's get into our Drive Safe campaign now, brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, and supported by Toyota Superior Quality. So avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel, be visible, drive with your lights on at night, and that's how you drive safe. The funny thing is this, we still have our roads very dark, our streets very dark at night and at dawn. And so you're driving and you ask yourself that simple question, if a vehicle breaks down, and many of these vehicles don't have even triangles, and we're complaining about that the last time, the street lights have still not been fixed, Elton. It's one of the things that we'll be talking about shortly. But first, get ready for an electrifying adventure with Toyota Ghana. Toyota Ghana has unleashed exhilarating offers for a limited time only. Come and experience very attractive prices for the following lineup of vehicles: Starlet, RAV4 Adventure, Fortuner Diesel, and Land Cruiser 300 series. Included in these amazing offers, you're assured of a 1-year free service package for any of the listed vehicles you buy. Time is ticking and this opportunity won't last forever. Visit any of their showrooms in Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, Takwa, Takrady, or call 0302 910 204 for further information. Credit purchase is also available through special arrangement with their finance partners, Toyota Superior Quality. Let's now learn how to say it right, and it's brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either.
So, I always advocate good governance. And so you can say, I am an advocate of good governance. Now, many of you would say, I always advocate for good governance. But this is the trick. You advocate a cause. So when you use advocate as a verb, you're advocating a cause. You're supporting a cause. So you support good governance, not you support for good governance. So you say, I advocate good governance. However, if used as a noun, you say, I am an advocate of good governance. So just bear this in mind. You advocate a cause, as in you support a cause. So you advocate good governance. You don't advocate for, but you become an advocate of. And that's how you say it right. Okay, Elton.
Yes.
Let's get into it. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying, I am advocating for. No.
Yeah.
You advocate a cause. So you advocate good governance, but you become an advocate of good governance. Let's get into the papers. Before we do that, let me tell you about Kingdom Books and Stationery, because Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited says, look, you don't have to walk to any of your stores. Just get onto kingdomstoreonline.com and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time, offering free delivery within Accra and Tema, and they accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks. So we know that times are hard, and one thing on everyone's mind these days is cash. So whether it's cash to pay the bills or for your kids' school fees, your home improvement, your building project. Well, today we're talking about home ownership. Societe Generale Ghana's got your back. The bank has launched the biggest loans campaign of the year, the Yatiso Loans promo. SG Ghana is offering a discounted interest rates on its loans. Both customers and non-customers, including staff on the controller and accountant general payroll, can enjoy access to heavily discounted loan rates. Yes, they say no, we're cool, but SG Ghana is here to lighten your financial burden. Get a loan now by visiting any of the bank's 42 network outlets or call 0302-214-314 today. As always, terms and conditions apply. Remember, promo ends on the 7th of August 2023. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you. Let's get into the newspaper review now, brought to us by First Atlantic Bank. Refreshingly different, and Syntex Tank, a year strong, a year tough. Elton.
All right, so let's start with the Daily Guide. The front page story, Alan Bawumia grilled on presidential bids. And yesterday, remember, the vetting started with Alan John Kojo Chematem, and of course, it was followed by the Koyoboku.
Okay.
Yes, and of course,
the papers didn't capture Koyoboku.
Oh yes. So on the front page, you have the picture of the vice president and Alan Chematem. And the vice president also took a stand at the vetting committee where, and we were told basically from the start that they were going to look at their qualification first of all. And yesterday I made a point that they don't need. Alan and Bawumia are qualified, so
yes, they're qualified.
Clearly, but it is a constitutional requirement that must be met, and so that's the reason why the Professor Michael Quay committee is sitting to look at the matters. And so some governance issues, according to Obi Amwa, and party issues were also considered during the vetting. So Alan was the first to appear. By our count, he spent around an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
After which he spoke to the media about the fact that it went well, and he provided all the answers that he was asked.
Yeah, if you're an Alan Chemanting, of course you know that you're going. This is like having a conversation with party members.
Yes.
These are persons who have known you over the period, and I'm sure. When it comes to governance, a lot of the conversation would center around his, the Great Transformation Plan,
right?
The GTP. I've been looking at it. I've been looking at it in detail. He's talked about, revolutionizing agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
He's talked about economic development. He's talked about private sector participation. He's talked about ensuring that we become a nation that moves, not a nation that only talks. There's one thing I like. I like the fact that you have somebody who's been within the private sector space, championing, private sector development over the period, wanting to be president and talking about a great transformational plan, talking about agriculture, for instance. My only hope is that it doesn't become one of the things we've had before. Elton, because we've talked about a lot of these things over and over and over and over again. He has a 10-point plan. On paper, they are very good. But, again, one of the things I would want to is to engage Alan Chemanting in studio and ask him questions based on the Great Transformation Plan. Because one of the things we've found out from the NPP is that post-2016, a lot of the questions you say, but this is not what we said, then they direct you to their manifesto.
The manifesto, right.
So, it'll be interesting. But he has a great plan. He has a great vision, using private sector, using agriculture, transforming our economy, making sure that we are able to achieve the kind of growth that we need as a people. Let's see how it goes.
Well, the thing about having a plan on paper is that it's always beautiful, but the meaning out of it is when you actualize it.
Yeah.
And he, for example, he's been a trade minister, and of course, so you can measure him by his performance in the last few years, plus his performance when he was a minister during the Kufuor administration.
Yeah.
The PSIs, the task that he was given. And I remember President Kufuor in one of his comments said Alan Chemanting turned out to one of his best performing ministers. In fact, all the targets he gave him, he made sure that he achieved all of them. So there's a yardstick here.
Yeah.
But then again, the bigger picture is you have your own plan in developing the nation, because under somebody's administration you are restricted to a particular sector. But how do you actualize it? That is, we are able to judge you and to pass comment when you actually have the power and you have the opportunity to implement.
You're talking about him, for instance, right from his youthful days in the 90s, Emperor and everything. There are a lot of things. Yes, he's been championing private sector participation and private sector development. You're right. Akufo-Addo has talked about the one district, one factory, very good policy. That has been one of the trump cards of this administration.
Right.
So yes, you can say he's done a lot of things in the past. What is yet to be seen is what he would do. But there's a thing I like about his campaign. The fact that he actually is doing debes. He's just not meeting delegates, but he's meeting Ghanaians as well and asking them to have a conversation.
And that is starting today in the Greater Accra region. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. The former Greek minister is also touring parts of the Greater Accra region, but still on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Appeals Court block opening trial fresh starts. So now the case will continue from where it got truncated because the judge retired. And then Nana commissions 11.5 million euros at the Kulu water project. And of course, very sad story on the front page of the paper again. Ketasco, National Science and Maths quiz star dies. I mean, I saw the news yesterday and I was actually taken aback. The late James Luptow's picture is on the front page of the Daily Graphic, and of course, saw the Daily Guide front page. Otumfuo to visit Trinidad and Tobago. I've been in that country before, and it's quite a very beautiful place to be, especially for holidays.
I like that. Maybe you're drawing my attention to the fact that I have to consider that for holiday.
You need that.
You know, in September I'll be on leave, and so I probably may factor that in. But let's get to the Economy Times. Finance houses charge highest interest on loans. So we're told that finance houses in the country have recorded the highest lending average on loans to customers at the end of the first quarter of 2023. And so for the first quarter of 2023, the finance houses were charging up to 59.6% as interest on secured loans, an increase from 48.8% recorded in the same quarter in 2022. And also, we're told that the average lending rate on secured loans granted by the savings and loans declined marginally to 45.3% from 46%. I mean, how are you going to be able to pay?
Yeah.
How are you going to be able to pay? Wow. And we're told that, of the banks and SDIs, the average lending rate of remaining lending institutions, credit unions, and trade creditors was 24.9% from 27.3% over the past year. So that's one of the things we've been talking about, the high lending rates, making it difficult for the private sector to actually expand. And if they don't expand, they can't employ.
Yeah.
Because it is only when you expand that you employ. Unless people go on retirement. GIPC optimistic of IMF's role in Ghana's economic recovery, and BOG's operational mechanism hailed.
So the Crusading Guide, this story is getting a lot of traction. The matter involving the Domahene and his comments on Gyakye Quayson. So Gyakye Quayson is expected to take his seat in Parliament. At the same time, he will also be in court over the perjury case against him. Now, the Attorney General has described recent comments by Domahene Osajifo Osiadeyo Ajiman-Badu II on James Gyakye Quayson case as unhealthy. The chief has appealed to President Akufo-Addo and Attorney General to, as a matter of urgency, stop the trial of the MP for ascending of James Gyakye Quayson. Quayson is facing charge of forgery and perjury in relation to certain alleged offences in the run-up to the 2022 parliamentary election. He has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of forgery of passport or travel certificate, knowingly making a false statutory declaration, perjury, and false declaration for office. Now, the Attorney General says that he will issue a press statement to respond to this matter, but his initial comment, he described it as unhealthy. Now, we've been told yesterday on Top Story by a renowned lawyer, Samuel Kuyeto, that the comments merit dismissal as a High Court judge. I don't know what you make out of what you make of this, but this is clearly gaining traction.
Yes, it's gained a lot of traction. Should Domahene have spoken that way? If you consider the fact that he's a judge,
a High Court judge,
you'd say no. He doesn't have to speak that way. You're a High Court judge. I mean, a case comes in front. A case comes to you. A case goes to your colleagues. You'll deal with it.
Can you detach what he's a chief? He was speaking in that capacity, delivering a lecture on Atabel's 10th anniversary.
I am coming to that.
Can you detach the role as a traditional ruler, the reason why he was invited to speak, and also Daniel, the High Court judge?
Yes. So, I am coming to that. As a chief, can you advise government that way? As a chief, you can. As a chief, you can offer advice. And the advice could be based on the fact that, based on the prevailing circumstances, that you've gone into a by-election and have lost. In the eyes of the people, this could be seen as persecution. You get the point? So, maybe it's time to reconsider the prosecution of this man. After all, maybe Domahene, as a judge, knows a thing or two we may not know. And so in his capacity as a chief also, he's advising. But whatever it is, having said all of these, I would not have made such comments. Let's continue.
Right, so again on the Crusading Guide, MPP bigwig slams Baumia's aid over leave the party comments. And this is in reference to some comments believed to have been made by Dr. Gideon Boakom, who is Special Assistant to the Vice President. And people are not taking kindly to this comment. And Fitch, Ghana has received a warning from the credit rating agency Fitch regarding the escalating interest costs on the domestic debt, even after securing a program with the International Monetary Fund. Fitch assessment raises doubt about the country's overall debt sustainability in the medium term. More details in the Crusading Guide. And this is a very interesting story, Winston. A Thai, that's Thailand, elephant given to Sri Lanka in 2001 has returned to its birthplace after a diplomatic row over its alleged abuse. Now, the 29-year-old Muthu Raja arrived in Thailand on Sunday on a 19 million commercial reparation flight.
Wow.
Bangkok had demanded a return of the animal after claims it was tortured whilst kept at the Buddhist temple. Sri Lanka Prime Minister said he had formally apologized to the Thai people about the elephant. Now, the 4,000 kilogram elephant was airlifted to Chiang Mai in a specially built steel cage, accompanied by 4 Thai handlers and a Sri Lankan zookeeper. It will undergo hydrotherapy to treat an injury on the front leg. Both Sri Lanka and Thailand consider elephant to be sacred animal. So, an abused elephant has been returned in a specialized private jet back to his home country.
Interesting. Let's get to the finder before we go for online news review. Nkrumah Park now world-class standard.
Very beautiful.
According to commission today.
Yesterday, and it cost I'm told $3.5 million. But it's been restored to pleasant glory.
That's good. That's good. Now we can talk about domestic tourism, because Kwame Nkrumah is the African of the millennium.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's the biggest African. You can't take that away from him. President Akufo-Addo commissions 11.5 million euros water supply project at Adakluwaya, and government approves Pecan Energy's plan of development. Forestry Commission clamps down on illegal miners. Let's go for the online news review now. Is brought to us by Zenith Bank. In your best interest, Goyle Good Energy. And looking for a bank that understands you and puts your financial needs first, then look towards Zenith Bank. Whether you're young, old, an entrepreneur, student, a salaried worker, corporate entity, an SME, pensioner, parent, child, or Ghanaian resident or foreign resident in Ghana, at Zenith Bank, everyone can bank with us. So what are you waiting for? Join the Zenith Bank today for an unrivaled banking experience. For enquiries, call us on 0302 680884 or 0307 086370 or 0542 000 111, or send an email to info@zenithbank.com.gh. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. And myjoyonline.com this morning says Alan Tremantin commences Greater Accra Regional Tour today. Also says I would have recommended Domahini's sacking if I was on Judicial Council's disciplinary committee. That's according to Sam Okujetu. You're making a reference to that earlier. Let's get to citynewsroom.com and find out what's making news there. Jachi Kwesen to be sworn in today as Asin North
He's also
MP.
expected to be in the High Court today.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. And that's it on citynewsroom.com. Let's see what's on CNN this morning, and then we go for the BBC News. And so on CNN this morning, let's see, it says that you can never become a Westerner. China's top diplomat urges Japan and South Korea to align with Beijing. Okay, that's it. It's going on there. Anyway, let's go for the BBC News now, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Want to feel energized for more? Fuel up with Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goyle. Our high grade fuel comes at no extra cost, but with more power. And our Diesel XP, it's low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Experience high performance and quality with our products. Available everywhere. Choose Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience.
It's time to go beyond what your traditional financial apps can do. Introducing Cowry, the only digital financial app you will ever need. Experience Cowry, the way to pay. Send. Move your money in quick, easy steps at the best rates on the market. Buy. Top up your airtime and data twice as fast as you normally do. Pay. Step out of the cash queue. Pay for any product or service when you need to. Enjoy it faster. And now, manage. Experience a new way of managing your money. Understand how and when your money moves. You can rely on Cowry every day. Download Cowry from your Google Play Store or App Store. Experience Cowry, the way to pay.
Are you a corporate organization, e-commerce business, individual or student looking for a trusted courier company where you can track your package and receive SMS alerts to keep you posted? At IAS FedEx, we move your documents and parcels with care to the destination of your choice. With offices across the nation, we happily deliver your package to your office or the comfort of your home. With the assurance of safety and affordability giving you peace of mind, IAS FedEx has your package in good hands. Call us on +233 501 605,000 or +233 501 61000. IAS, licensee of FedEx.
No matter your water needs, Sintex has it all. Sintex Tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Sintex Tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Sintex Tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project or demand, choose Sintex Tank. Sintex Tank, stress-free. Sintex Tank, reliable. Sintex Tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit sintexgh.com. Sintex Tank, a strong, a tough.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
In the studio today at 10:30 GMT.
Deputy Sports Minister, all of a sudden has realized that we're joking in this country. Absolutely. You see, it's good he has realized that we're joking in this country. But that realization is not enough. Because we live in a country where those that we've placed in positions of authority, and they're enjoying from the state, instead of solving problems, they join us to complain. So this is one of those, I see it as just one of those things. He's joined us, we are complaining. Oh, we are not doing well when it comes to sports. Then all of us will start singing the song. How can we improve our football? And I've been listening to sports over the weekend. How can we improve our football? It's the same thing. Let's develop youth football. Let's get good pitches. Let's get this. Let's get that. Just like the agricultural problem that is every day is the same thing. Every day the same thing. Even Asante Kotoko. Where's their training pitch? Where's their own stadium? What kind of facilities do they have? None. Accra has to folk. None. And these are the biggest clubs in Ghana. The biggest clubs in Ghana have nothing. And we expect them to lead the transformation of Ghana. The biggest clubs in this country. Go to the Sipon Sports Stadium. Today is in such a deplorable state. Yeah. And this is something that we used millions of dollars to build. Yeah. All over the world. And the Sipon Sports Stadium actually had bedding facilities. had betting facilities. It became, the office of the National Sports Authority in the Western region. But then nothing happened. There were gyms. I mean, I've been to the gym before when I was in Takrady. You drive all the way there. I mean, state-of-the-art gym. And all of a sudden, it's been allowed to rot, like we say in Ghana. So it's just like, NATO, no action, talk only. That's what we do in this country. No, that's what we do in this country. This man is going to come back. What did we say we do? We said we're going to build, as part of the youth and sports, youth centers, we're building AstroTurfs. Some of these AstroTurfs are built, you don't even have sitting arrangement there. So you build an AstroTurf, and that's the end of it. Everything, we politicize it. So it became more like a one constituency, one AstroTurf. What is wrong with us? How?
I think that everything is about politics, even the AstroTurf. I mean, it was meant to canvass for political votes. That's the reason why the Deputy Youth and Sports Minister will tell you that what he witnessed in Morocco is far, far better than what we are giving our people here in Ghana. But why are we surprised? A whole Ghana Football Association executive members took $100,000 each as appearance fee in the last World Cup.
Yeah.
For what?
Nothing.
For what? That money could have gone into the development of our sports. But no, everybody who is at the helm of affairs is interested in lining up their pockets instead of investing in the game. That is why we are not performing at the youth level. We are not performing at the senior level. We are not even performing at the club level. When was the last time a Ghanaian club reached the money zone in the CAF Champions League? I don't remember. I don't remember. After House of Folk won it, it's been the same. After the first one, we are kicked out because we are not developing the sport. We are not developing the human resource. We are not developing anything. That is why we'll go to an 23 tournament in Morocco, and then we were beaten by Morocco 5-1, drew with Guinea, and now we are out of it. Usually, when back in the days when under 17 was actually Ghana's flying start, because we're getting players from the local league who had been prepared by their clubs. Now it's no longer happening. They have only a training pitch.
Yes.
They don't even have I don't know whether they have a club's secretariat. None. Crowds of folk, they say they are always fighting. So our football has been run down completely. And I'm surprised people still have the guts to say that they want to be re-elected to continue as president of the FA. To supervise who? Or to preside over what? It's totally unacceptable. I think it is about time this nonsense about FIFA, not allowing politicians to interfere in football is stopped. Because if the politician is investing money, he's able to have a say in how the money is being utilized.
I agree with you. I mean, it's not as if our FA has a lot of sponsorship and so they get money. They always go to the government to give them money. And so if we are giving you money, the state is giving you money. And look, even when it comes to sponsorships, this is a league that has no better sponsorship. No. Our clubs, peanut are sponsored, and they are excited about it. Today, go to North Africa and look at the kind of players. Our players go there. Yeah. They go. I mean, so this is how you do football in Ghana. You start a club in Ghana. Your prayer is that you try and get to Division 1 minimum. Once you get to Division 1, you start training the players. Then after some time, there's a justifier somewhere. You do compilation of their clips, send it outside. Then they say, this player is good. Then you sell the player $200,000, $300,000. You make your money. But you are gone. That's what we just do. So people are into football not because they want to develop the game, not because they want to be excited they're achieving. All they want is just to make money. But would you fault them? Because there's no sponsorship. Nobody gives them anything. They spend their own money, and so all they think about is how to recoup their money. Yeah. And you are right. Today, the FA president says he has done well. I mean, he says he's doing so well that we have to sing for him. Like I would say, he's done so well. Ketukriku. Has done so well that we should say. You see, and our people say in the country of the blind, the one-eyed man is the king. And that's what we are seeing today. If we had better administrators, Ketukriku is not saying he has done so well. So we should praise him. You sit here, take executive members to Qatar, give them $100,000. That money could have been used in the development of football. Yeah. Look at the teams. They pay players peanuts. So all the players looking forward to is a chance to travel outside.
So the point is that in the last 10 years, in fact, over the weekend, last Friday, I was listening to Game Plan here. No, so the number of players Ghana has exported, I understand that about 500 of them in the last 10 years. And all put together, we got $17 million. $17 million. So average
500 players.
Yes, exactly. 500 in the last 10 years. And the amount of money involved in all the 500 players that we've sold to clubs outside of Ghana amounted to $17 million US.
How?
For 500 people. That is how bad our football is and our development is. And it will get to a time nobody will look at Ghana in terms of looking for talents. Yeah. The days of Michael Essien, Seven Apia, Sule Muntari is over, totally over. It's about time we have a sit down and then look at the way forward. Otherwise, we should just yeah.
So just on the average, we sold them for $34,000.
Exactly. You can buy them and put them in your farm for them to work for you.
Game plan. We exported out of this country.
10 years. In the last 10 years, and then Manchester United is buying what average Mason Mount for £60 million. Yes, £60 million.
Yes, one player.
Yeah,
Ofun player for £60 million, and we have exported 500.
Yeah,
on average $34,000.
In the last 10 years, not just a year.
It tells you where we are as a people. The Deputy Sports Minister, all of a sudden has realized that we're joking in this country.
Absolutely.
You see, it's good he has realized that we're joking in this country. But that realization is not enough. Because we live in a country where those that we've placed in positions of authority, and they're enjoying from the state, instead of solving problems, they join us to complain. So this is one of those, I see, just one of those things. You know, he's joined us, we are complaining. Oh, we are not doing well when it comes to sports. Then all of us will start singing the song. How can we improve our football? And I mean, I've been listening to sports over the weekend. How can we improve our football? It's the same thing. Let's develop youth football. Let's get good pitches. Let's get this. Let's get that. Just like the agricultural problem that the same every day is the same thing. Every day the same thing. Even Asante Kotoko. Where's their training pitch? Where's their own stadium? What kind of interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. So I've been telling you about, the 2021 population and housing state census, particularly the housing census, the fact that there are some, 8 million households or dwellings in the country, okay? And out of that, some 4 million of them are actually owner-occupied. The remaining 4 million, you have some who are renting and others who are actually in there for free. So this morning I ask a very simple question. Where do you belong? Are you renting or you live in your own house? So just imagine this. Are you part of the over 2 million Ghanaians? According to the census, in the urban areas, you have 5 million dwellings, out of which 1.9 million is owner-occupied. And those who are renting is 2.3 million. Now, the question simply is, which category are you in? And what's that plan? Are you thinking of building your own house? Is that what the thoughts is today? And if you're thinking about building your own house, how do you want it? How do you want your home to be like? Do you want a very affordable one? Or you want one that is actually comfortable? Or maybe you want affordable but also comfortable. Or maybe affordable but luxurious. Or maybe you want one that is comfortable, you don't mind the cost. You want one that is very luxurious, you don't mind the cost. Where do you belong? That's a conversation we're having here on the Super Morning Show. So this morning, join us on Twitter. Let's get interactive right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Absa Bank says they know that life is go, 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 and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count, so they won't let banking get in your way. That's why with Absa's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who's important to you. Banking has never been this easy. Transfer funds into your savings account, pay your old school union dues, and your DSTV subscription, and many more with a click on your phone. You get things done simply with Absa's digital channels. That's Africanacity, that's Absa. Terms and conditions apply. Visit absa.com.gh for further details. And Polar-Maintain car engine can age faster. That's why we offer specially formulated quartz engine oil with age-resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74% even under extreme temperatures and pressure. Choosing Quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer. What do you do when you run out of fuel in your vehicle? You just stop up anywhere? Don't do that. Let's introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be part. Goil Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel SP are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for your vehicle. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is a high-grade fuel sold at the same price as normal fuel, and Goil Diesel SP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. With over 440 stations across the nation, join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goil, Good Energy, Goil, yeah, dear. So it's a Tuesday. It means that today we have the UPSA Law School Point of Law series. And today says it is unlawful to lend money to another without a license, and a lender cannot enforce the terms of any lending transaction undertaking without a license. And that's Section 18(1)(b) and 6(1) of the Bank and Specialized Deposit Taking Institutions Act 2016, Act 930. So it says that it's unlawful to lend money to another without a license, and a lender cannot enforce the terms of any lending transaction undertaking without a license. That's our UPSA Law School Point of Law series for today. Now you know. Make sure you do the right thing. But it's now time for Nutrition Line, and it's brought to us by Nestle. Nestle offers good food for a good life.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, eh? I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. Milo. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Nestle Nutrition Line. I hope you're well. I hope you're ready for a beautiful day. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Ajilisowa. Today we're discussing what you eat and how it can affect your oral health. Two of the most common dental diseases are tooth decay and gum disease, and both of these can be prevented to a large extent by good nutrition and regular brushing of teeth. Tooth decay occurs when the surface of the tooth is permanently damaged and holes develop in the tooth. It is caused by frequent snacking, sipping sugary drinks, and not brushing the teeth regularly. When you eat sugary foods especially, germs in your mouth form a sticky deposit on your teeth called plaque. The bacteria in the plaque feeds on the sugar in food and drinks and produces acid that attacks the teeth and can lead to cavities. Processed carbohydrates like white bread, white rice, sugary snacks, and carbonated beverages are foods that contribute the most to dental cavities. I'm going to end here for today and return on our next episode to discuss some foods that will inhibit the formation of dental caries. In the meantime, we're only a phone call away. Call us, please. Let's partner along this path of health and wellness. Give us a call and let's delve deeper into the conversation. 0302-517-020 or 0302-211-880, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800-12-0001, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To WhatsApp, SMS, call 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Use these numbers, please. 0593 845697, 0593 845649, 0593 845708. You can also email consumerservices@gh.nestle.com. I wish you a beautiful, fruitful, enjoyable day. Do something that's good for you and good for your body, mind, and soul. Have a great day. Bye.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, eh? I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. Milo. This advert is FDA approved.
Imagine strutting into the most anticipated wedding of the year. Only to see 7 other girls wearing your exact same outfit.
You are special and one of a kind, and that's why whether it's voice, data, or SMS, you get to enjoy personalized offers tailored to your specific needs with MTN Just For You. Dial star 141 hash or select your options on the My MTN app to redeem your unique Just For You package on Ghana's best mobile network. MTN.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide, high credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis, and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100, or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet Jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet.
Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Once you hear this, you know that it's time for the birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. And Niche Confectionery, Niche chocolate drink made with Ghana's finest wholesome cocoa. Niche chocolate is full of delicious goodness and rich with vitamins, minerals. Niche, taste of Ghana. So help me God. And before we get into the messages, there's good news for small to medium scale business owners, because with MTN SME Plus, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. The service simply allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS, data, and business content, all bundled in one subscription. The other exciting news is you get free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Simply dial star 5060 hash to sign up today. WhatsApp or call 0244308111 for more information, and stay connected everywhere you go. So I've got a simple question for you. What's exciting, delicious, creamy and rich with vitamins, minerals, and has the goodness of cocoa all at the same time? I'm sure you can guess what it is. Well, I had some this morning. It's the brand new Niche chocolate drink made with Ghana's finest wholesome cocoa. Niche chocolate is full of delicious goodness. Niche chocolate drink comes in 250 ml bottle and 180 ml Tetra Pak so that you can enjoy it big or small. It's great for all members of the family. Visit a shop near you to get yours, and I know that you'd love it. Contact Niche on 0531 818292 or 0277779560. Time now to get into the birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Let's see whose birthday it is. And this one says, Happy 40th birthday to Mrs. Ekuya Nyako Ahin, formerly Ekuya Nyako Atakra Jumo. God bless you richly from your children, Declan, Iris, Meila, Nana Tiwa, and Kweku Lechu. And it's a happy birthday to former Chief Executive of Gridco, Engineer William Amuna. And this is coming from your wife, Genevieve, and the children who say they love you. And also from George Weafe to you. And happy birthday to Reverend Father John Amwa of the Nungwa St. Anthony Catholic Church. Today's your birthday, so happy birthday to you. It's from Engineer William Amuna, who's also celebrating his birthday. Now, blessed happy birthday to Gertrude Nade Abuse, Accounts Officer, Senate Accra Central Branch. We love, cherish, and appreciate you. Have a blast. And this is from Gifty, Na, and Jemima to you. Okay, so that's those are the birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's also, your birthday song says, Happy birthday to my dear wife, Cecilia Bentel from Kofi Bentel. Okay, so happy birthday to you, Cecilia Bentel, from your husband, Kofi Bentel. Kofi should be, getting a message, putting a message in place. Anyway, but that's it basically. Thanks very much for joining us with the birthday messages.
Doesn't make much sense. I ought to be in love again. Anyone who takes offense at us.
Center here on the Super Morning Show. Good morning, Fentio Tahiru.
Good morning, Winston. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic this morning. How about you?
I'm okay. What's good?
Oh, well, we're just watching. Today we're having a conversation about home ownership. We're asking that
That's
simple
an
question.
interesting one.
Yeah, which, I mean, for many of us, you start working and you're thinking of getting yourself a car. Once you get a car, you're thinking of building your own house. And so the last time we talked about land acquisition, which you had a story to share. And so you want to, build your house. And we asked the question, first of all, would you even think of building or buying? But let's say you want to build, or let's say you want to own your home. Are you going to look at affordability? So you just want a house that is, your money can afford, something small.
It depends what stage you are in life.
Thank you. Yeah. Let me open the side for you, like how people say. Then you answer the question.
Yeah.
Or you're looking for comfort, or you're looking for luxury.
You can have all three, but at different stages. Do you understand? It's not. It's not either or. You know. Some people are more patient than others.
Okay.
So maybe they want to use 5 years, 10 years to build their dream home once and for all. There are others that are looking for a place more comfortable, or a place that's at least a place at all at the beginning. And then as their resources grow, then they could build a bigger house. Or some people just buy a piece of land, then they build something small, and when they get enough money, they build their dream home on the same land. So it depends where you at what stage you are and what your thinking is really like, because I don't think at the very beginning you can decide right now I want luxury, you know, because maybe
what have you decided on?
Me comfort.
Comfort,
yes.
Not affordability.
Affordable comfort. You know what that means? Affordable comfort. And I tend to understand that affordable comfort basically takes time. So maybe if you're just in a hurry to get a place to lay your head, it might not be as comfortable as you want it, but it gives you the freedom, because then, of course, now you own something.
Own house,
Exactly. But if you want affordable comfort, you have to build it on your own, and that takes time, because the money might not be readily available immediately.
The money is never available readily.
Yeah.
For
well,
many of us.
it depends. I'm glad you qualified that.
Oh no, of course. We're not going to pretend. I mean, we're not going to pretend that everybody is like us. Sometimes, for many of us, the money is not readily available, so you do it small. Today you get some small money, then you go and buy some 10 bags of cement. You get another money, you buy 20 bags of cement, and then small, by the time you realize. I was having a conversation with a friend this morning. I don't have his permission, so I won't mention his name. He said, when his wife said they should build their house, he said, let's wait. But he had the land. So 17 years ago, whenever he gives the wife money, the wife actually goes to the land, the site, and starts something.
No, Uncle.
So one day he shows up. I'm coming. I can't say I'm not sure. One day he shows up and he sees people working. And he says, who's working here? So Mami B. So who is the woman? Give me the woman's number. They gave him the number, and that's the wife's number. And the wife says, I told you let's build, but you said you don't have money. We have to wait for the right time. I think the right time is now. There's never a right time. So I decided that we start something small. And guess what? After 7 years, they moved into their home 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lovely surprise, isn't it?
It is. So we would have that conversation here on the Super Morning Show. I'm sure there are a lot of people who are thinking of building their own house, or maybe buying. Some actually want to buy. There are those who say, I want my own house, I want the upper terrace, I want this, I want the study, I want the bar, I want the TV room.
You know the funniest thing is, some people don't even know what terrace is. Then you are going for upper terrace. My brother.
Anyway,
there are levels to this game. Anyway, what is a terrace?
Please.
Do you mean porch?
Yes.
You see, that's the problem.
There are levels in everything.
My brother. The same thing, but the way they call it, no. The same thing. See, the porch class, some people call it veranda.
Veranda, but they we call it veranda. How
they move from veranda to porch to terrace.
Terrace. But we even say, how are we pronouncing it? Veranda. Veranda. Yeah, eventually. Anyway, let's get into the Sports Center. So join us on Twitter. Let's have this conversation. The team of experts, those who know about housing, are going to be joining us. Fentu says he likes
affordable comfort.
Affordable comfort.
Yes, which can take time.
Yes. I mean, Charlie, I don't even know what to say. Let me keep quiet. But let's get into the Sports Center now. It's brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
Allianz Life Insurance.
We secure your future.
OneXBet, your reliable bookmaker. And DSTV, it's your moment.
Now, one of the world's largest betting companies, OneXBet, is always looking for new ways to reward its players and deliver new promotions to engage as many customers as possible. This time, the bookmaker launched the Jackpot of the Week promotion, allowing registered players to enjoy the chance to have a share of the weekly jackpot amount. All the terms and conditions are available on the promotion page. Give your luck a chance. Sign up with OneXBet today and use the promo code GJackpot to receive an incredible 300% bonus of up to 2,650 Ghana cedis.
So someone just sent me a message. Wow, and this house is beautiful. Look, Fenty, just look at the house first. We'll describe it later. Just look at the house. No comment yet. I'll read. The accompanying message.
It looks like a hotel.
Please hold on. Let me, say good morning to our friends at MTN who say there's good news for small to medium scale business owners because with MTN SME Plus, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. This service simply allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS data, and business content all bundled in one subscription. The other exciting news is you get free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Simply dial star 5060 hash to sign up today. WhatsApp or call 0244308111 for more information and stay connected everywhere you go.
That's right. And let Allianz Life Insurance lighten your financial burden when the unexpected happens. The Allianz Farewell Plan enables you to cater for expenses arising from the unfortunate death of loved ones and it saves you the stress and anxiety that come with planning a funeral in this difficult time of grief. For more information on the Allianz Farewell Plan and other policies, call us on 0302-267-892 or visit our website on www.allianz-gh.com. Allianz Life, we secure your future.
And do you lead a corporate business, a global subsidiary, or run the affairs of a small or medium enterprise? Well, as a key decision maker in your business, we know that you want to make payments seamlessly and access real-time transaction data, whether you are at work or on the go. Standard Chartered provides the digital key to help unlock your business potential. That key is Straight to Bank, a single access end-to-end digital platform that helps you manage the needs of your business on the go. View transactions, pay your business partners and government institutions through Ghana.gov, facilitate real-time payments and collections with the latest encryption technology and security. Elevate your banking experience today with Straight to Bank, our award-winning digital banking platform, powering payroll, cash management, trade, and securities. You can always bank on us. Kindly email premierservice.gh@sc.com to sign up today.
All right, and it's all of the Premier League, all on DSTV. Catch all the goals, moments, clashes, derbies, and drama. Make sure to stay tuned to all of Rashford, Haaland, and Saka. Watch it all unfold live in HD with the option of an exciting commentary in Chi. All this on the package of your choice. No one else offers all of the Premier League but DSTV. Get your DSTV decoder today with 1 month compact subscription for 299 cedis and stay connected on star 759 hash to enjoy it all. DSTV, it's your moment.
Now, thank you. Before we get into the sports, listen to this. So this is a message that came with the pictures that you saw and said it was a hotel.
Yeah.
It says wisdom will direct you as to what option you go for. Sadly, most make the wrong choices. I got a land for cheap in Ekuapem Mampong. Most asked me, hey, doctor, into Obetine Ekuapem Mampong. You forget something for a crowd. As a doctor working in the public sector, I always had free accommodation, so I decided to wait and build a dream house.
Okay.
I worked 17 years and realized my dream. Affordable comfort. This is luxury.
Wait, did he use the phrase affordable comfort?
Affordable comfort.
Go me.
It says, buy land out of Accra. Simple. And made us say, good conversation. But then he invites me for housewarming.
Yeah, he didn't invite you for housewarming.
Oh, the invitation is here. This house there, we must be at a housewarming. Anyway, Fentu Tahiru Fentu, tell us what's happening in the world of sports.
And there's quite a lot happening in the world of sports. Good morning, all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentu Tahiru Fentu. Coming up on the bulletin this morning, Asante Kotoko board and management team dissolved by Otunfuo, who will take you to Kumasi for details on this developing story. Also in tennis, we had our first major casualty from Wimbledon yesterday.
Big win for Sophia Gadin, the qualifier, remember. She's beaten the 7th seed, Coco Gauff. She's been through it in the last few years. Injury, COVID, split from dad, back with dad, and back with a vengeance.
And not even Coco Gauff could stop the former Australian Open champion from a big return, sending Gauff packing early on. Alongside 5-time champion Venus Williams, who might now have to retire injured. There's more from Wimbledon later. Also in the bulletin, 36-member Ghana volleyball team forced to embark on an odious 72-hour journey by bus to Niger to compete in African youth qualifying event. Details of that coming up. But let's begin with football. Asamoah Gyan, he believes For all of their individual talent, the Black Meteors players forgot the basics of modern football, leading them to an underwhelming U23 AFCON performance. The Meteors went into the tournament riding a wave, beating Algeria in the final round of qualifying before thrashing Zamalek 4-1, followed by a 1-1 draw with Egypt's U23s in friendlies. However, one win in 3 games, while conceding the most goals in the group stages, saw the Meteors bow out disappointingly. Jan has been critical of the work rate of some of the Meteors players.
We all share the game against Morocco. A team to be breaking away, Morocco team. Or no, our Bobo now. That's what's on their favorite. Our Bobo in front of fans, you know. Almost be breaking away now. I can't play defenders, not good defense. Now others, no. And I'm actually like they are jogging and they feel there. I don't know. They have no any sense of urgency. And I said, "Inky, when I'm doing say, oh, okay. It's a share game. I say, nah. Like, what's really possible for players? You know, man of fact, moving to states. What's the ball now? And American. What's the ball now? Who get Clinica? You face the ball like no get compact. Now you make it sure that you defend it. But you see players on the ball now. Even for how to pass the ball through, I get very difficult. And I get the ball on as well.
All right, so Asamoah, speaking on Asempa FM yesterday, not exactly pleased. On his Twitter feed after the Meteors elimination, Jan, without mentioning certain names, criticized some players for feeling bigger than the team. Meanwhile, Management Committee Chairman for the Black Meteors, Frederick Achampong, has confirmed there will be changes to the technical team following their failure to qualify for next year's Summer Olympics. Ibrahim Tanko has been head coach of the team the previous 2 Olympic qualifying events, failing to book a ticket for Tokyo 2020 and now Paris 2024. It's been 20 years since the country last participated in the Olympic football event, and Fred Achi says such a poor run comes with consequences.
Obviously, yes, because do not forget that when a team is formed, it's formed for the tournament, especially with this particular team. It's a 4-year mandate for the Black Meteors, and even at the FA, all appointments are for 2 years, and it ends this year, and so definitely there will be changes.
Actually, on 3FM. Now, Stephen Appiah won the Under-17 World Cup with Ghana in 1995 after a stellar season with Hearts of Oak. But what he remembers from that starless world-conquering team were the butler services he had to render to the more senior players in the squad.
It wasn't easy. I went to camp to meet players like Christian Saba, Atadaku, Atakra, Amene Ampon, Emmanuel Bentel, and the rest. So when I got there, you know when you are training, but it looks as if your energy is not right there because they have been together for so many years. So they know themselves. Being a new player, I was the youngest player in the team that time. Being there late, and then the players, they will be looking at you in a certain way that we have been here for 2 years. You have come and you think that they will take you to the World Cup. And I was training with them. I used to wash their clothes. So when we finished training, at times
under 17?
Of course, under 17, I used to wash their clothes. I used to work like Emmanuel Bentel and Atakra Mineapo and the rest. So at times we would finish training, they will put their jerseys and their pants, and I have to wash it for them. I wasn't feeling bad because it was normal. Today, our players know. I thought so. I'm a job, and Kanibe can say a job.
Stephen Appiah on his humble beginnings. More football, this time in Kumasi, where the search for a new board and management is on for Asante Kotoko. Last night, Dr. Kwame Shea, who was the board chairman, and Nana Yamponsa, CEO, were relieved of their duties by Mensia. Our correspondent Stephen Zando of our sister station Love FM has more.
The Asante Kotoko board was given a 3-year mandate in 2020, which expired last month, June 2023. According to our checks, the Chief of Staff of Malaysia Palace, Mr. Kofi Badu, held a meeting with the Board of Directors yesterday where he informed the board their mandate will not be renewed, which meant the board has been dissolved. And because the board appointed management, it is assumed the current management's mandate was not renewed as well, and that is why we hear the board was told to wind up the affairs of the management to pave way for the constitution of a new management.
That's Stephen Zando of Love FM. Making a return to Great Olympics is Arnold Walker. He was rumored as the next coach of Hearts of Oak, but instead he's re-signed for Olidade on a 2-year deal. Meanwhile, Mediama and Dreams FC have been granted license for next season's CAF Champions League and CAF Confederation Cup. It will be the first time both clubs participate in the respective tournaments after winning the Ghana Premier League and MTN FA Cup respectively. For Dreams FC's administrative manager Aminu Shado, he is here now explaining to Joy Sports what it means for the club to play in Africa.
Well, for us at management, we are very happy with this opportunity because it gives us a very, very unique platform to extend the brand of the football club, the brand and awareness of the football club. And it also gives the players especially a very good opportunity to showcase their talent at a different level. As part of development, which is the core business of this football club, playing at higher level of competitions is very, very key to developing players.
That's administrative manager for Dreams FC, Amin Shado, explaining what it means for Dreams to play in their first CAF Interclub competition.
And I don't think our ministry is ministry for football, it's ministry for youth and sports. But when it comes to other disciplines, and we go through this hell, it's disheartening.
Well, that was George Tete, president of the Ghana Volleyball Association. He felt broken. You heard it in his voice. And that's because Ghana's U20's volleyball team yesterday morning started a 72-hour road trip to go represent the country in Niger for the Africa Youth Volleyball Championships. The Volleyball Association's letter, sent more than a month ago to request funding, specifically $18,000 from the Minister of Youth and Sports, is yet to bear fruit. Ghana plays their first game tomorrow morning, and they have yet to arrive after setting off at 10 a.m. on Monday. Here's Tete.
That is the norm. It will even be out of place for us to know that the team is going by air. And even it will surprise you, the bus, cost of transportation, we couldn't even secure that. We had to go and borrow money here and there to be able to put them on board this morning on a passenger bus, just because the boys and the girls are determined to compete at that level.
Very interesting development. So we're keeping up to speed with their travel arrangements, and as we speak, they've crossed the border onto Togo and en route to Niger. They are expected to arrive at 10 a.m. on Wednesday morning. It's incredible. In Pram Pram, futsal games are played differently on a red earth or grassless pitch. For those familiar with the concept, it's a five-a-side games and mostly played indoors. But thanks to the efforts of Niaye, a Pram Pram-based businessman, a modified form of the games is being competed for by 8 teams in the futsal tournament. It will run till the second week of August, so go check it out. Here's the man of the match from yesterday's game, Sule of Azigi FC.
The game, it was cool, but it was tough. So we did what we did to win the game. I wish I would do more. We would do more to move our team higher. Yeah, that's our target. Yeah, our target is to win the league. Yeah, so that's what we are working on.
Interesting. Let's move on. Chelsea have been the greatest team in England over the past 10 to 15 years. That's according to their new manager, Mauricio Pochettino. He officially started work on Monday.
For me, it's a pleasure and an honor to be now involved with Chelsea Football Club. I think we are so exciting, and I know very well Chelsea is one of the greatest clubs in the world, and of course it was easy for us to take the decision.
That's Mauricio Pochettino there. He will have to do without the services of Abdul Babar Rahman after 9 years. A 29-year-old has finally been allowed to leave Chelsea on a permanent deal. He will go to PAOK in Greece. Now let's move on to some other transfer stories before we wrap up with tennis. Steven Gerrard has a new job in Saudi Arabia. He's being appointed the new manager of Saudi Arabian side Al Ittifaq. So good for him. Meanwhile, Newcastle United have confirmed the signing of AC Milan and Italy midfielder Sandro Tonali, and Diogo Jota. You remember him? He's moved to Saudi Arabian side Al Ittihad from Celtic, well, not Diogo Jota. This is a different Jota, I beg your pardon. He's also a Portuguese winger, by the way. And he joined Celtic on loan from Benfica in 2021 before Celtic signed him on a 5-year deal last summer. He's off to Saudi Arabia. Let's wrap up with this story. Arsene Wenger's calls for a change to the offside rules are seemingly set to bear fruit, with the world governing body for football, FIFA, set to trial the new proposals. Wenger has been vocal in his calls for the offside rules to be changed. The former Arsenal manager has served as FIFA's chief of football development since he left the Gunners in 2018. And under the current dispensation, a player is often deemed offside when any part of his body that can play the ball is ahead of the last defender. This has often led to lengthy video assistant referee checks, with goals being ruled out due to the tightness of margins. The new rules, of course, will be trialed in Italy, the Netherlands, and also in Sweden. Before we go, of course, some tennis now. And yesterday, Coco Gauff got kicked out in the men's draw. An 80-minute rain delay did not stop him. That's Novak Djokovic from beating reigning champion Djokovic, who had to mop up water from the court. So Djokovic, of course, also in all kinds of trouble. But it is what it is. So Wimbledon already serving up some very, very exciting, of course, shocks here and there. So you can find more on Wimbledon on our website, myjoyonline.com/sports. For now, that's all the latest. My name is Fentu, Tahiru Fentu.
Thank you very, very much, Fentu. So, Pochettino says what?
Chelsea has been the best team in England the last 10 to 15 years, is what he says.
10 to what?
15.
Over the last 10 to 15 years, how many trophies have they won?
Chelsea? Quite a lot. More than any other club.
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
Over the last 10, how many trophies have they won?
Why? We have to count. I don't keep that stuff in my head.
You don't keep it in your head?
Yes.
Okay, over the last 10 years, they've won one Champions League. They've won the Europa. And they've not won the league more than Man City. They've not won the FA Cup more than Man City.
To be fair, though,
they've not won the League Cup
maybe
more than
Mauricio Pochettino got the years wrong. So maybe he meant since 2004. Because since 2004, Chelsea have won 21 trophies, including 5 Premier League titles and 2 Champions League titles.
And over that period, Man City has won more Premier League titles than Chelsea.
Over which period?
Since 2004.
How many have? Yes,
Look,
2004.
Guardiola has won 5.
Yes.
Pellegrini's
won 1.
Mancini won 1. That's 7.
That's 7.
Yeah, so they won it more. Okay.
More Premier League title. I haven't argued that.
I mean, so
you said Premier League. I haven't argued that.
Yeah, and Champions League, yes, you've done better, but they've won more League Cups. They've won more FA Cups. You know, so we can have that conversation. But talk is cheap. He should keep quiet and do the job.
Are you done?
His only trophy came from PSG, and I want cry. If not money, like he won't get trophy. He's running his mouth. Anyway, thank you very, very much. Yes, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Winston.
We'll see you on the flip side.
No problem.
But we're still having that conversation. Home ownership, affordable, affordability, what?
No, I call I call it affordable comfort, which takes time. So
somebody took 17 years.
Yes.
Yours is taking how many years so far? Answer the question. Answer the question.
Quite a few. We're still in it.
I have a friend who says, We're
still in it. We are still in it.
It takes time.
One day at a time.
Sharp.
Yes.
Sharp.
No rush.
No rush.
Yes. No rush.
Small.
Because you see, a dream home is a liability. Do you understand? A dream home is a liability. So you have to get yourself to a place where the house is no longer a liability. Because I know people who have built houses at places and they have rented those houses out and are using the rent money from their house to pay rent so they can stay in a closer place to work.
Yeah.
So that concept also works. You see, so you have to be. Look, everything is planning.
Thank you.
Okay, everything is planning. You have to get to a point where that liability is no longer putting a stress on your finances. Do you understand? Because maintaining a home is expensive.
When I leave the accounting class, I don't want to be hearing a lot of liability.
Me, I'm an English student too, but I put myself through financial education.
I say when I leave the accounting class, I don't want to be hearing a lot of liability and assets and anything.
But it's true though. Maintaining a home is expensive.
It's always a liability. I mean, building is a liability. I mean, a home is a liability.
Yes.
You keep pushing.
Unless you're have you read that there is a potential housing crash incoming because the Airbnb concept recorded 50% less profit from last year.
Okay.
Alone in
You know
the
what?
US in particular.
You know what we're going to do now?
Yeah.
Hold on that fire. Gary has a chaotic shout. Is your mother's birthday today?
Yeah, it's my
You have to do your mother's
Mrs.
shout.
Gary Al Smith.
No, my mother.
Your mother is what?
My mother is not an announcement.
Okay,
Happy
thank you.
4th of July. 4th of July is normally American Independence Day.
Yes.
Yeah, but for me, it's my mother's birthday.
Okay.
So big
Okay.
shout, big shout to them. The woman who has many names.
Give us some of the names.
Some people call her Mama Pat, Auntie Pat. We call her Ayoko Jata. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But these days she slowed down. The older she's growing,
it's like that.
The Jata is coming down.
Anyway,
so Auntie Pat, Patience Sampa, happy birthday to you.
To her for giving us Gary Al Smith.
Thank you very much, Gary, and thank you also, Fentiu, Tahiru Fentiu. You've been discharged. But let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Tell us what your choice would be. Affordable, comfort, or luxury. Affordability, comfort, or luxury. And social media messages here on the Super Morning Show brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, Ghana AIDS Commission. Test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health. Number 10, Liver Salt, a refreshing relief, and GTP Lifestyle. So does your existing salary account give you more? Is your salary in the right account? Worry no more, because the EcoBank salary account is here to help you. Open an EcoBank salary account today and enjoy free life insurance, which covers temporary and permanent disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and death. With the EcoBank salary account, you have the ability to save as you spend. Free debit card and access to loans and more. And the best part is you stand the chance to double your salary in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded from now to the end of July. So open that account today, the EcoBank salary account, by visiting an EcoBank branch or ecobank.com to open an account online for amazing benefits. But please beware of scammers who may contact you on this offer. Always visit an EcoBank branch or call EcoBank toll-free on 0800 003 225 for further details, or the EcoBank salary account and EcoBank Double Salary Promotion Reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, this one, Gantuan account.
Why are you running?
It's all about the EcoBank salary account.
EcoBank salary account. Why? You gonna make me fly?
I promise it will make your pockets rise. The salary account comes with many incredible benefits, like free life insurance, which covers permanent total disability, critical illness, hospitalization, temporal disability, retrenchment, and death. Also save while you spend, access loans, get free debit cards, and the chance to double your salary and more in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded. It's starting from this May to July 31st, 2023. And there are so many other consolation prizes to be won.
Hey, no wonder my hand was itching. This is the perfect account for my salary.
So go ahead, open an EcoBank salary account today. You also stand a chance to win more than double your salary from 1st of May to the 31st of July in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is under the supervision of the National Lottery Authority under the Caritas Lottery Platform. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. Now time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana. CBG, we stand with you, and McDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you and McDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution. Shareholders of rural banks have expressed dissatisfaction with a directive by the Bank of Ghana to halt the payment of dividends. The Bank of Ghana's directive is due to the current economic challenges and the impact of the domestic debt exchange program. The Ghana cedi is expected to continue its stability against the US dollar and other major currencies this week. This is expected to be supported by improved foreign exchange support from the Bank of Ghana. The Ghana Stock Exchange recorded a 14.9% return in cedi terms for investors in the first half of this year, but it registered a negative 10% return for investors in dollar terms. And Facebook owner Meta is launching its new app to rival Twitter and says it will go live on Thursday. The app, which is called Threads, is available for pre-order on the Apple App Store and will be linked to Instagram. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and McDan Aviation, the dependable private aviation solution.
And it's your birthday today, so Nanama Adam, Mrs. Nanama Adam, who's CEO of San Marino Hotel in Osu. Happy birthday. Thank you for all the things you do to keep the company running. Keep soaring, boss lady. And it's from Wilma at San Marino Hotel. And happy birthday to our dear boss lady, Manye Esther Crunch of Ghana Highway Authority and the Ladade Kotopon constituency. May the Almighty continue to bless and keep you, make you continue to glow and shine on wherever you find yourself. And it's from your number one cheerleader. So bank conveniently on the go. Take digital banking to the next level with CBG's Experience Bundle. Enjoy real-time updates on your transactions and balances, expense tracking to help you better manage your finances, and easy bill payments. Fast and convenient access to cash 24/7 through our bouquet of digital solutions such as SMS alerts, e-alert, CBG internet banking, CBG mobile banking app, USSD *924# and CBG proprietary card, all on CBG's Experience Bundle. It's easy, secure, and user-friendly. For more information on how to access CBG's Experience Bundle, walk into any of our 114 branches nationwide or contact us on 0302 216 000. Email us at info@cbg.com.gh. Visit our website cbg.com.gh or on our social media handles Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for further details. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Vodafone, Further Together, latest phone, your partner for life, and Belmonte by CPO Developers, the ultimate luxury experience, and Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking. We're having a conversation about home ownership. Some 2.8 million Ghanaians, according to the 2021 Housing and Population Census, are renting. And they pay rent. But I know that for many of these persons, they're looking forward to owning their house. But how do you go about it? Do you choose affordability? Or maybe you want comfort or luxury? Or like Fentio would say, you would go for affordable comfort, which will take a bit of time to build. Well, let's get interactive this morning. Let's have this all-important conversation here on the Super Morning Show. Tell us what your thoughts are. Join us on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS. And then on WhatsApp, 055-111-1997. But if you're looking for a one-seater, two-seater, three-seater L-shaped sofa crafted to the finest details and available in various colors for your home office or hotel, if you're looking for comfort, durability, quality, and that perfect finishing, look no further because Latest Foam is your one-stop shop, whatever your choice or budget. Buy from the best, not the imitated. Buy Latest Foam. Latest Foam, your partner for life. And welcome to Belmonte, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then look no further than Belmonte. Belmonte is located in the prime East Legon area of Lagos Avenue, and the stylish Belmonte apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. So whether you're looking for an executive studio suite, a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bedroom apartment, or a custom villa, we've got you covered. But that's not all. Belmonte offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax and keep you entertained. So why wait? Take that first step towards your dream home. Sign up for our 3-year payment plan and own your property today. Contact us on 0204-343-011 or 0204-343-015. Belmonte is developed by CPL. So the Vodafone Edem promo is finally here. Receive up to 20% of your money back in your Vodafone cash wallet when you recharge with 5 Ghana cedis or more. But Nedem. And here's two more reasons to keep your conversations going with the Edem promotion. You can even send credit to a friend, and they too will receive up to 20% instant cash, recharge with 5 Ghana cedis and more from your preferred short code, your Vodafone cash wallet, credit transfer, My Vodafone app, or other preferred payment platforms. The higher you recharge, the more you get back. Keep reloading in the Edem promotion and win with Vodafone. Vodafone, further together. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages when we get into our conversation for today here on the Super Morning Show.
Hey, you ever buy credits where you get up to 20% of your money back before? Make I tell you about Vodafone's demo promo. See, anytime you recharge a demo, you get up to 20%, whether it be short code or your Vodafone cash wallet, or you don't use credit transfer to your number or someone else. And now you be high tech, so you don't use my Vodafone app or any payment app. However you do, Vodafone go send you up to 20% cash back. Into your Vodafone cash account. We'll reload here. But then you enter. Top up your airtime with 5 Ghana CD or more in Vodafone's demo promotion and receive 20% of your money back straight into your Vodafone cash wallet. Recharge and cash out in the Vodafone demo promotion.
Vodafone, further together.
Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Welcome to Belmonte, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then look no further than Belmonte. Belmonte is located in the prime East Legon area off Lagos Avenue. The Belmonte stylish apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. Whether you are looking for an executive studio suite or a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bedroom apartment, or a custom villa, we have you covered. But that's not all. Belmonte offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax and keep you entertained. So why wait? Take the first step towards your dream home. Sign up for our 3-year payment plan and own your property today. Contact us at 0204-343-011 or 0204-343-015 to learn more. Belmonte is developed by CPL Developers.
It's morning in Africa. It won't be bright for another hour or two, but the continent is already on the move. Trade is kicking up and spirits are high as the continent prepares to move yet another 1 million tons of goods to markets across the seas. It's the hour for making tea and coffee, of cotton bales, splitting wood, diamonds in metal boxes, and tall, tall buildings going up. The train engines are revving up, factories are opening, and big undersea cables are pushing the continent alive. 4 time zones, 1 million opportunities, and vibrant young professionals 100 million strong. It's morning in Africa, and one bank is opening the door to endless opportunities. With seamless Pan-African payment and trade solutions and presence in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, we are Africa's gateway to the world.
Access, more than banking.
Home is your sanctuary. Home is a reflection of who you are, an extension of your inner being. Take your time, get it right. The furniture, the decor, the accessories, the lights. When it feels like you, it feels like home. Shop at Orca for the most variety of quality furniture and accessories to personalize your space and make your house a home. Visit the Orca Deco Superstore on Spinks Road today.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will flourish. Your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG. We stand with
You know, I still haven't told my husband. I'm afraid of his reaction.
Oh, I thought you said you would try to disclose your HIV positive status to him on your birthday.
I wanted to, but never got round to it. It just did not seem like the right time to say it.
Don't you want him to go and test to know his status too?
Of course I do. I am just afraid of his reaction. I am afraid he will walk out on me and quit the marriage.
But you can't be too sure of that.
You know, the other day, when he heard HIV in the news, he referred to it as a bad disease. And I know a couple of people whose partners deserted them because they tested positive for HIV.
But it is also important for him to test for HIV and start antiretroviral medication if he is HIV positive.
So what should I do now?
Why don't we ask your HIV counselor at the facility for advice? Come on, let us call her and find out how best to disclose your HIV status to your husband and also get him to test for HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ghana AIDS Commission.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best.
here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We're talking about home ownership this morning. And already I've got lots of you asking questions and telling me your experiences. Well, we'll be activating the phone lines shortly on 0302 216 541 and 055 1111997 for you to tell us what your preference is when it comes to home ownership. Are you going to go for affordability, comfort, or luxury? And in case you have your home already, I mean, what choice did you make? Affordability, comfort, or luxury? And let's say special good morning to our listeners in Kumasi listening to us on Love 99.5 FM. So the phone lines have been activated now. I'd love to hear from you on 0302 216 541 and 055 1111997, because this morning we're joined by Dorothy Efuakwashi, who is Executive Director of Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited. Daniel Ohinedu is Project Manager, Cities and Habitats, Plan City Extension Project, and Sabrina Butri is Customer Relations Officer of Syntex Ghana. Good morning to all of you, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I believe you're doing very well.
Very good.
Very good.
Great. We'll get into the conversation shortly. But first, let me tell you about Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices. Now, they've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of our branches. It is hassle-free and they will arrange delivery to your home and offers within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema, and they accept payment via Momo across all networks. But terms and conditions do apply at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks. So the phone lines have been activated now. Tell us what you would prefer or what choice you made in your home acquisition. Now, did you at the time choose to go for affordability before probably thinking about comfort and luxury, or like Fentio says, you went for affordable comfort? Why don't you give us a call now and tell us what choice you went for, whether you actually built it yourself or you actually got somebody to build it for you. Would love to know. Give us a call on 0302 216 541, 0302 216 541, and then 055 1111997, 055 1111997. Because as I've been sharing with you this morning, some 2 million Ghanaians living in rented properties, and what that means is that there are many of you who are thinking of actually owning homes. How do you go about it? And that's why we're having this conversation as part of our conversations towards the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, and the first of the clinics taking place at the Achimota Mall from Friday the 7th to Sunday the 9th of July from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. But we have fantastic news for people who live and work at Oyarifa. Now, Ghana's largest privately owned bank, Fidelity Bank, is opening a brand new branch at Oyarifa. So now we're closer to you than ever. Visit our new branch today at the Owusu-Anksa Junction, Oyarifa, to enjoy a suite of top-notch banking services and experience superior customer service in a delightful and inviting environment. We look forward to serving you. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. So you can reach us this morning on 0302 216 541 or 055 1111997, 0302 216 541, and then 055 1111997. What's your preference when it comes to home ownership? Would you go for affordability, comfort, or luxury? But in case you're a homeowner, what did you choose? And how did you go about it? Did you choose affordability when you were settling for a home? Or you chose luxury? Or maybe you chose comfort? Or you're like those who say, well, a house is a house. It doesn't matter once it can actually give you a place to lay your head. Would love to hear from you. Give us a call now on 0302 216 541 or 055 1111997.
You say you want to move in with me. Gotta follow the rules to get me. Gotta follow the rules to get me. You want to visit my house.
Conversation now here on the Super Morning Show, and let me start off with my guest who've joined us, then we get on to the phone line. So let me start off with you, Dorothy Kwashi Baby, and I get to Daniel Ohine, Dorothy, who is Executive Director of Elegant Homes and General Construction. So look, about some 2 million of us, living in rented facilities. And for these 2 million persons who live in rented facilities, their dream is to own homes. But they may be torn between buying, building. But that would not be all. How about the kind of home? Would you go for one that is very comfortable, or one that is luxurious, or maybe like our people say, start small. Just get something that you put, you can actually sleep in, and you're saved the landlord working up to you every now and then and demanding rent from you. What do you do? At what stage do you choose affordability? At what stage do you choose comfort? And at what stage do you choose luxury? Dorothy.
Hello, good morning, listeners. Choosing a home depends on the individual and at what stage you are in your life. If you are in the early stages of your life and you are single, you are earning something which is quite substantial, and you are renting, and your landlady or landlord is always on your neck, then at that point in time, if what you are earning can just afford you one-bedroom house for you to move in and have your peace, then that will be the ideal thing to do. But then, as I said, there may be another stage in your life where one bedroom may not be enough, where what you are earning is so much that you want something more than the ordinary house. That is how come you start looking for homes that are more functional, very comfortable. You want a place that is spacious, filled with modern gadgets and so forth. So depending on what you want in life and at what stage you are in, you can decide on the type of house you want. If you want to build, you want to look at how to acquire the land. Are you going to put up that building yourself, or are you going to acquire the services of a proper contractor to build for you? Where do you want to build a home? What type of area are you looking at? What type of infrastructure are you looking at? So deciding to build means that you have to factor in all this. Alternatively, you can also decide to buy. You can still get affordability, you can still get comfort, you can still get luxury by buying. And with what I do, or what we do at Elegant Homes, we build and sell houses. And aside the models that we give, we also give clients the option to come in with their own design, or for us to design something specific for them. And you meet people who want something different, something very luxurious, something very comfortable, because at the stage in their life that they want those properties, they can afford. So I would say that you can decide to build a luxurious house yourself. You can decide to buy. If you want to buy, you will get exactly what you want. All depends on what you have in the pocket. The purchasing power actually determines what you want, where you want to live, what type of house you are looking for, whether one bedroom, a basic house, or even a 2-story, or all the comforts. It's about money.
Great. All the comfort, it's about money. We're going to get into the money conversation shortly, because Dorothy making the point starts off with, it depends on where you are in life and if you can afford. Why don't you start with a single room, and it gets to that point where you're probably thinking, let me get a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and even get a bit of space. But Daniel, look, the point is, Dorothy eventually comes to the land conversation briefly, but that's the major problem. Even before you start thinking about where to build and how to build, you're looking at land, which today is not cheap, very expensive. So how do you even think about affordability, comfort, and luxury when you don't have land? Daniel.
You see, let me also thank your listeners and straight up go to some statistics that we have. Ministry of Works and Housing, I think I heard the minister, the honorable minister, sometime last year mentioned that there are about 30%, the housing industry or economy, is made up of about 30% of those in rental apartments. I mean, which I'm sure is what you're talking about 2 million thereabout.
Yeah.
Yes. And, the Ghana Statistical Service, according to the Ghana Earnings 2022, also have made us know that you have over 80% Ghanaians that earn below 3,000 Ghana cedis. So you're going to have a lot of people anyway living in rented houses or apartments for a long time to come. In fact, it's sad to say that a lot of people may want to be there. But for the middle class and for the upper middle class, or you are just about to start life, Dorothy mentions if you are at the starting stage of your life, I don't know where you want to start or when you want to start your life, but
when do you advise they start? Yes, I mean that's, you see, because if we say I don't know, but sometimes people actually wait, and when they hear these stories, then they make decisions. I mean, so when should they start? I mean, you help people build, you sell land, you have designs that they could choose from, and you've seen a lot of people coming to your facility. You've engaged with a lot of people. There are things they tell you, and some of the advice that you give them. We want to tap into it free of charge today.
Right. Okay, so which is where I was coming to, because we have, for instance, students, contributing, their, little by little, making little by little contributions. Because to start with, I would go for affordability, because you see, the general earnings of Ghanaians are low. So you would want to cut your coat according to your cloth. So if you do not earn beyond a certain threshold for you to be able to go for mortgages, even now it's become very difficult. Go with land. And in getting the land, get the land at the location where you can have facilities. Talking about access to roads, water, electricity, etc. Get yourself planned areas. These days we buy lands, at areas where sometimes you don't know, but before you finish building, the whole area is blighted and you want to move out. So you would want to invest in a property. First of all, I would advise you go for land if you cannot afford the house, because the house is expensive.
Okay.
And I think that the house itself is out of the reach of most Ghanaians now. So look out for areas areas that are planned, and then get yourself started in your own small way.
Let me get to areas that are planned and starting in your own small way. And we'll get to what constitutes affordability for you, because that's a very important conversation too, while we're talking about all of these. But the other point is, today, which areas can you get and which areas can you afford? A lot of our workplaces are around what have become known as Accra. Central Business District. And you look at the Kokomlimlis and other areas, region, all of that. But majority of people live far away, and they get stuck in traffic coming to work and going home. So the question also is, where do you get your land? Should your work influence where you get your land? Should the fact that you have a vehicle or you have a modern station readily available that you could just get into a vehicle be some of the factors that should influence where you get your land?
That's very important. For where you work would go a long way to influence your choice, the choice of location where you would want to get the land. But let me say that that's almost not very possible now because most people work in the city center.
Yeah.
We know that shops and malls are getting closer to communities now. In fact, that's why you see when you go to the CBD or Central Business District, you see a lot of the shops and a lot of the areas empty because shops are getting closer to communities. So if you want to get a land, get the land where you believe, you can get yourself access a school because if you have kids, you don't want to carry them all the way from, say, Amra here to Accra city center. If you live, say, we know people live in Latte, Ekropong, even Koforidua are coming to work in Accra.
Yeah.
You see, so if you would want new areas that are being, planned, well, I can talk very boldly about the New Accra City, where we're developing the city's extension, the rent to own, thing that we've been talking about. Very huge. You can have access to schools, you can have access to hospital, you can have malls, shops, etc. There are banks that can move in there. If it is possible for your company to move office closer to where you live and you can negotiate to get closer, then you can do so.
So let's look at me.
Right.
My company is here.
Right.
They will move.
Right.
The studio is here. The studio is here. So in that case, where do you get the land?
But you see, nowhere in Accra is now. I think that we should understand that nowhere in Ghana or nowhere in Accra is too far. Because where you think is far today, tomorrow by the time the road is fixed, or by the time the government or your city authority decide to fix road or put in some facilities, you are good to go. What creates what we think or the notion of, quote unquote, fairness is the fact that usually the roads are bad, so you would have to sometimes stay in traffic 3 hours before you get to where you live. But you can start. Once you start, in a few years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, you are good to go. You are okay.
I'll get back to you shortly, and I would also get to Sabrina. She will tell us what her own thoughts are. This morning, we're having a conversation about home ownership and whether you choose affordability, comfort, or luxury. So in deciding the kind of home to own, what would be the major consideration? Is it affordability, or you're just looking at your comfort? But even comfort comes with affordability. If you can afford the comfort and the luxury, everything boils down to affordability. But it gets to a point where you have the money, so you don't really think about it. You think about the things that would make you very happy. This morning, we're joined by Dorothy Efuakwashi, who is Executive Director, Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited, Daniel Ohini Edu, who's Project Manager, Cities and Habitats Plan City Extension Project, and Sabrina Butcher, who's Customer Relations Officer, Syntex Ghana. Before I get to Sabrina, Daniel, so you talked about affordability.
Right.
What constitutes affordability?
Affordability is from the client's or customer's point of view, is where the client or customer is able from his own earnings, able to pay.
Okay.
Now, we would always say that affordability is relative, in the sense that what is affordable to you may not be affordable to me. Someone can, for instance, purchase a house that he or she is making a monthly payment of, say, 10,000 Ghana cedis. That's quite okay because his earnings, can pay for it. But there is another, or there are others who can't even afford 1,000 Ghana cedis,
Okay.
to make such a payment. And so affordability depends on the person, the class of the person. Ghana, we have we know we have the lower. We have the middle class. Some even say lower middle class. Then we have the upper class, or the luxury.
Yeah.
So if you take the public sector, for instance, that we have the data on, that over 80% earn below 3,000 Ghana cedis. They can't afford a home that, they have to, even a home or rent that they have to pay 3,000 Ghana cedis. Now you're looking at the average normal 2-bedroom rental is getting close to 3,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh, really?
Yes. In
some areas.
In areas that if you want standard 3-bedroom house, you are not thinking of anything below 3,000 Ghana cedis. Standard. So affordability depends on the individual.
So you look at your pocket. Let me get to you, Sabrina. You were talking about relative. Yes, tell us more about that.
So thank you very much. As he said, Dorothy have said a lot. Daniel have also said a lot. So everything, it's standing on affordability and luxury. Luxury depends on your pocket, where your stage in life is, and looking at a layman's point of view. You see, it's not everybody that can afford. And he has spoken about stages of life. We have the middle class, the low middle class. So from a layman's point of view, he'll go for what he can afford and then get maybe a single room to live in. Some will also get a 2-bedroom house. Some will also get 3-bedroom house. Everything depends on the individual and then the income. I wouldn't talk much because Dorothy has explained everything. Daniel has also said a lot. So I think when we relate everything together, everybody knows where they stand in their lives.
So when you're starting life, you look at your income and get something small.
Yes, exactly. Everything depends on the income.
But you see, that's the point, Dana. You've made a point, and I'll get back to you, Sabrina. The income levels make it very difficult.
Yes.
And so here you are telling us, get a land. Where do I get the land? How do I pay for it? Because if somebody is earning 3,000 Ghana cedis, currently, paying rent. Yeah. Where is he going to get that money? And that person, what kind of mortgage can he get really? If you're going for a loan, the loan you're going to go for is the loan you're going to use to pay your rent.
Exactly.
Which one are you going to use to feed? Because if you've gone for a loan over a 2-year period or a 3-year period, it's like you're working every day just for your landlord. How can that person move away from renting and using majority of his earnings in paying rent to acquiring the land that you talk about to even consider building?
Come to us.
Help me understand. Help me understand. Help me understand the come to us.
It's very, very dicey.
Yes, Dorothy, tell me.
Dicey, and I think this is where the state comes in.
Yes.
To create that kind of environment for such category of workers. I'm
Absolutely.
sure most of us can relate to the fact that growing up, some of the houses our parents lived in were some kind of rent to own. Their companies take their properties on their behalf. You live in the house, and every month it's being taken gradually from your income. And most of those properties I know were built by, like in Tema, TDC, and other state organizations. So I think that if we are looking at the very, very the lower income bits, then that is when the government can come in, have a basic rental properties for such category of workers. Because if you want to put this on the side of the private man, it becomes very difficult because lands are purchased by the private individual. Infrastructure to the site is by the individual. Everything about it is by the individual. Drains by the individual. Even getting electricity and water to the site is being done by the private person. So it makes it difficult. As much as the private developer will want to go very low, you cannot sell below a certain threshold because of all these other things that you have to put in. So when we really talking about affordable housing, I think that is the government that must champion.
Wow. I'll get back to you, Daniel. I know you have a lot to say. This morning we're having a conversation about home ownership and whether affordability should do the trick for you. Maybe you just look at the fact that you want a comfortable place to live, or you want, a luxurious place to live, and that does the trick for you. We're joined by Dorothy Efuakwashi, who is Executive Director of Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited. Daniel Ohinedu is Project Manager, Cities and Habitats, Plan City Extension Project, and Sabrina Boucher is Customer Relations Officer of Syntex Ghana. But let me just remind you that on Friday we're beginning, we start our first clinic under the Habitat Fair. That's the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair at the Achimota Mall, and it's starting at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So from Friday to Sunday. And this is just the first of conversations that you can have there. All the conversations about, land ownership, home ownership, and, furnishing your dream apartments would be had from Friday to Sunday. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages. We also get to activate the phone lines for you here on the Super Morning Show.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
In partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM, Roverman Productions present I Like What You Like, an original Ebo White play.
Hey, Kwesi Trumpet, what kind of misfortune follows you so much that when your rich auntie dies in the US, the only thing she leaves you is her ashes? Boy, you won't keep that thing in this household. Put it outside the gate and regard it as wakekeeping. Or you can use it for tea. Your here needs your share.
Well, his auntie named him a sole beneficiary to her estate.
I am his wife. How much is it worth?
Roughly $350 million.
What? Oh, Auntie Frida! Oh, Kwesi, we cannot leave her outside the gate. She will feel cold. Let us keep her on the dresser in the guest room and ensure she gets a befitting burial. Oh,
Shows at the National Theatre on July 7th, 8th, 9th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Friday at 7 p.m. Saturdays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Sundays at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Tickets available on the short code *365 *535# and all the usual outlets. 150 Ghana cedis. Sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Gino, GCB, and M Notify. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
When Solomon had finished praying, fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple. It's time to pray and pray again. Are you ready for Stand in the Gap? 48 hours of non-stop prayer? Join the global gathering of prayer warriors, prayer addicts, and believers from the 6th to the 8th of July, starting 6 p.m. This year, under the mandate of our global lead pastor, Prophet Gideon Danso, we are declaring, let the fire fall. Joining him, our mighty men of God, the Reverend Ben Doku, Pastor John Hanna, Dr. Robert Ampia Kofi, Pastor Marty Thompson, Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, Pastor William McDowell, and the sound of our house, EWC Live. Location is the EWC Prayer Factory, Jowulu, next to the Allied Heights. It's your season of divine visitation. Come and birth your testimony at Stand in the Gap, brought to you by the Empowerment Worship Center, where God lives.
My people, Philadelphia, our very own Adansi Travels is 10 years old. I hope you remember what they did on their 5th anniversary with a 555 figure and even the power of 8.
Then this will be a 10 days thing.
That is right. We are going on a 10-day adventure in Dubai on a chartered Emirates flight full of Adansi travelers from 10th to 19th August. And starting from $1,650, you can be part of this Adansi-licious 10th anniversary tour. The rate covers flights, hotel accommodation, breakfast, visa, airport transfer, tours, and Adansi at 10 mega party at Dubai Desert Camp with the legendary Samini.
Adansi Travelers Tour. It's a vibe. The 10th anniversary. Don't know. Be a part of this.
You can pay a minimum of $500 to book your seat and pay the rest till 15th July. Contact Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817 or 055 631 0404 to book your spot now. Adansi Travels. Feel life's beauty.
Ojam, why you make quiet like that?
Oh, Charlie, I go do some POP, give somebody where the cornice is not fine, cry.
I always they tell you, see, for decorative roses and cornices, the solution be interface. Them have different imported cornices and roses in different designs and shapes. Installing them be so easy, and it go give your customer the finishing he wants.
Ojam, take me go interface right now before I lose this customer.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274-999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook Interface Limited GH. Instagram Interface.limited.
This July, get up to 50% off Electroland Ghana Limited products. Massive Discount Bazaar is on again. Get massively discounted electronics and home appliances
from Electrolux, Samsung, Media, ABB, Nasco, Homeland, and good news, Toshiba is having a clearance sales.
From Friday to Sunday, 7th, 8th, and 9th of July, 9 a.m. each morning at Coca-Cola Roundabout Spintex. Items are a mixture of brand new, slightly used, scratched, showroom display, repaired, and dented.
Call 050-315-9739.
EGL, home of electronics and affordable luxury.
It's my house and I live here.
Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning we're having a conversation about home ownership. What would you go for? Or what would influence your choice? Affordability? Maybe you like comfort so you don't mind. You say, once I decide this is what I want, I'm definitely going to get it. Or you're part of those who say, I want luxury. Wake up in the morning, look at my house and say, yes, I have lived. Whatever your choice, there's a conversation for you. Because from Friday to Sunday at the Achimota Mall, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., all your questions will be answered. And that will not be all. We would reward you in addition to answering all your questions. So you know where to be, right? At the Achimota Mall. But before we get into some of your messages, this one says, wishing my daughters Aquili and Akoko and my wife Gina a happy, happy birthday. I pray for good health and happiness for you. May your future be far brighter and your dreams fulfilled according to the will of God. And this is from Mike Tyson. I'm sure it's Ghana's own version of Mike Tyson. But many of you have been engaging us this morning. Before we get back to the conversation with Dorothy Efuakwashi, who is Executive Director, Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited, and then Daniel Ohini Edu, Project Manager, Cities and Habitats Plan Cities Extension Project, and Sabrina Boucher, who is Customer Relations Officer for Syntex Ghana. This one says, one original case says, I prefer to buy. I don't have time to chase and fight land guards. Aside from that, if you can't really be around to monitor the construction in person, artisans will always find ways and means to duplicate cost. Bello 41 says, I will build. Not ready to pay over $100,000 for a house in Ghana. And at Emmanuel Ampedu says, buying the house is time saving, but building is self-satisfying. Because you know the quality that is going into whatever you are bringing up. Well, I mean, we'll explore all of these issues shortly. But first, are you looking for a freight forwarding company to handle both your inbound and outbound shipments? If yes, look no further. IAX or FedEx offers a wide variety of international freight services, which include air freight, sea freight, be it less container load or full container load, customs clearance and documentation. Our international operations link more than 200 countries, supported by extensive domestic networks in all key markets, and offer a range of fast and direct freight services to suit your needs. We have dedicated staff who have in-depth knowledge in our local custom clearance processes and procedures. IAX and FedEx pre-finances freight pickups up to an agreed threshold for our clients, but hey, terms and conditions apply. Please contact us now for free consultation on international freight services and customs clearance process. Call us on 0501 605,000 or 0501 631,000. With IS Ghana, your freight is firmly secured. So the Electricity Company of Ghana wishes to inform the general public and our cherished customers that the company will embark on Operation Zero effective Monday 11th July to Monday 11th September. The Operation Zero will deploy ECG staff to premises of customers to demand payment of outstanding bills. Staff will also take the opportunity to visit all households to capture consumers who are not in our database and bill them instantly via the ECG digital customer platform. During this special exercise, ECG will grant a moratorium to all who are consuming electricity without paying for it to allow them to visit their respective ECG offices for immediate regularization of their supply. ECG pleads with customers who have not yet received their bills to pay on account to be credited accordingly. The Operation Zero will be assisted by national security agencies who will apprehend and prosecute customers who attempt to interfere with the exercise. In view of this exercise, the regional and district offices will operate with a lean staff pool who will provide essential services to customers to enable total participation by top management and staff. ECG wishes to state that the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission's LI 4321 gives us full access to all our installations. Therefore, customers and the general public are being advised to cooperate with ECG to carry out our mandate. Help ECG to serve you better. So let's continue with the conversation here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We're talking about home ownership and what should be influencing your choice of a home, whether it should be affordability, comfort, or luxury. You can join us on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS. If you have a question you want to ask, why not? You can also join us on WhatsApp 055-1111-997 and ask all your questions, because we're joined by Dorothy Efuakwashi, who's Executive Director of Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited, Daniel Ohini Edu, Project Manager, Cities and Habitats Plan, Cities Extension Project, and Sabrina Botre, who is Customer Relations Officer for Syntex Ghana. So before we went for the break, and we're having a conversation about, purchasing land and its affordability. Now, Daniel, I asked you that simple question because today, and you had that person who says he doesn't have time, so he's just going to, buy a house. But another says he wants to build also because buying a house is expensive. $100,000. I'll give you and Dorothy a chance to address these concerns, but first you, Daniel.